Hello everybody and welcome to Level 5, the place where we talk about movies, TV shows and video games. And of course, we went to the cinema once again and I want to dive in and talk to you guys about my cinema experience. So, on June 20th, I know it's been a couple days since then, I apologise, but on June 20th was my fiance's birthday, and as a surprise to her, me, my mother, my stepmother, my sister's girlfriend, and my sister's best friend all took my fiance to the cinema. So this is actually one of my biggest group outings to the cinema ever. There were 7 of us all together. Now, it was in the middle of the day, hence, because my son was in school, I had a limited time frame. I could have taken him with, which is true, but he's in school, and by the time he gets home, he's just knackered. But anyway, we went to the cinema, and we went to go see Inside Out 2. It's a family-friendly film, of course, and it's something that all of my family do enjoy. Pixar, Disney movies, that sort of stuff. And my fiancée is huge on the Disney Pixar scene. She loves all Disney Pixar movies, she just loves Disney. So we went to go see the movie. It was a nice surprise for her. We got a Subway after, we bought snacks and all that jazz. It was just a good time. So, when it comes to Inside Out 2, honestly, I think it's one of the best films I've seen in a long time. It's one of those movies where, when you're watching it, you get to like the hour mark, and you're sat there honestly astonished that you've already watched an hour. Definitely, the plot is nothing extraordinary. It's a good story, but what I mean is like, there's nothing that takes your breath away all the time. I do really like the new emotions. Of course, if you've seen the trailer, you know that there's 4 new emotions in this. Honestly, I think they're great. And they feel different to the original cast of characters. They add on to the original cast of characters. There are some similarities. For example, embarrassment and sadness are very similar, but that's a really good bonding scene for them. I really do enjoy the colourfulness of this movie still, the way that they designed, the way that the brain works and the imagination and stuff like this, and, how memories are stored and how, there's different towns to represent different, personality traits and things. Just the whole design of it is absolutely fucking gorgeous still. It's a lot of fun to explore things, and this time around they've even added stuff to it as well, which is awesome. Riley is now a teenager. She turns 13 before the film starts, and Joy actually explains that she's now a 13-year-old. So these are new emotions come into it because she's now a teenager. And honestly, throughout the get-go, this film kind of tries to explain and, kind of betrays the fact that it's okay to be embarrassed, to be jealous, to be bored, and to be anxious. It's okay to have these emotions. Now, the one thing that this film does do is, once again, Joy is out of the console room, and she has to go to a certain point in the mind and do something. That's again what happens. But one thing I do like about that, though, is sadness is not her companion. We have the other 3 instead. We actually get more limelight with the other characters, which is really good. Sadness, of course, is still a delight, and I just love sadness to bits, but the other 3 emotions, they didn't get a lot of screen time compared to Joy and Sadness in the first film, where in this one, they actually get plenty more screen time, which is really cool. This film has it's a very basic plot for Riley, but it plays really well on the fact there are 4 new emotions involved. And there is no bad guy in this film. There's no villain, there isn't a one deeming enemy of the film. It's a case of there are people who need to learn a lesson in a good way. People that need to accept each other. And the ending, of course, I'm not spoiling anything major here, they did something at the end, and it's at the crucial point of the ending. You're about to hit the conclusion of the ending, and honestly, I was shocked they did what they did. I'm really happy that they did what they did, but I'm shocked. I'm honestly surprised that they went with the way they did. Honestly, as a dad myself, and a person who always wants, a way to explain emotions to children and explain different. This film did something really, really well. And again, it falls under the umbrella of it's okay to feel these emotions. You're going to feel these emotions no matter what. It's human to feel these emotions, and as the emotional characters, they have to accept each other. But there's just one particular thing they did with Riley at the end of the film, and honestly, I was quite shocked that that actually happened. Pixar played a really dangerous card, because if they didn't do it right, they could have really fucked up and then ruined their reputation. But I feel like they did a really good job in what they did. The new cast of characters are fantastic. We actually get to see more of Riley as well. We get to see Riley's life. We actually get to see flashbacks, to explain a few things and stuff like that. And Joy actually goes through a bit more of a character arc, and I think I prefer her character arc in this. Joy's trying to play the goody two shoes and tries to make everything perfect, and she needs to learn that not everything's perfect. And that's another lesson that I think that when it comes to Pixar and stuff like that, I think that's another reason why they do so well, is because it's portraying the whole thing of, hey, you're going to feel envy towards your friends or other people. You're going to feel embarrassed for certain things that you do. You're going to feel, boredom in certain aspects. You're not going to want to do stuff. And you're going to be anxious to try new things, to do new experience, talk to new people. And it's okay to do all that. But they also add on the new stuff, because we see Riley's friends. We experience what they're up to. And so whilst Riley's learning all this, you have the emotions, and the original emotions have to learn that, hey, guess what? Riley's growing up. She's no longer a kid. She's going to hit teenagerhood now and eventually be an adult and things like that. This film, of course, is a kid's film, so it is really funny. There is definitely a few moments that made me laugh. Of course, I'm not spoiling anything, but there is one joke about sarcasm, which is just absolutely hilarious. They play on the words of sarcasm very well, and I can't wait to get my son to watch it, because my son's recently learned what sarcasm is. And he really enjoys sarcasm, so that'd be really funny. But all the characters feel like themselves. Every character feels exactly how we left them in Inside Out 1. No offense, I'm really glad that Bing Bong didn't return or anything like that, because obviously he died in the first one. So the fact that they went down a new route and stuff, which is really, really happy about that. They also did, of course, we get to see more people inside their heads, and you see the emotions and stuff. So that was also nice to see, that fact that it's not just Riley, it's everyone else. And it's just a fun film. It's a decent sequel. I actually think it's one of the better films in upcoming months. The last time I went to the cinema, it was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was really good, and then time for that was Madam Web. So I'm kind of glad, it definitely kicks Madam Web's ass for sure. It's a really good kids film. I highly recommend it to parents who want to explain emotions, especially if their kids are going through anxious times, embarrassing times, stuff like this. And I really hope they make an Inside Out 3. It definitely feels like they're going down that route, because they explore more of Riley's mind, and you see quite a lot more stuff. And there's this one in particular thing that they could be doing. So definitely looks like there's going to be an Inside Out 3, and then if they cap off Inside Out 3, then that's great. But yeah, honestly, great, fantastic film. I love it. Everything gets nicely wrapped by the end of the film. Again, it definitely feels like one of those things where you're watching and you're like, hang on, this is an hour long? It feels like it's been 20 minutes, sort of thing. Is the plot rushed? I don't think so. Are the characters all I still think anger, disgust, fear, do get a bit sidelined still, but I'm glad they get more screen time. Anyway, that's just me rambling on about Inside Out 2. I was really glad to take my fiance to the cinema for her birthday. And like I said, it was the biggest outing that we've done so far to the cinema. There was 7 of us. We all really enjoyed it. There is an end credit scene to this film, by the way. So if you do ever watch it, make sure you check out the end credit scene. Again, that kind of leads to me thinking there might be a 3rd film. So yeah. Everyone, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video about me rambling, and of course, next time I go to cinema, I shall come back and we shall talk about my experience there. Honestly, I think the next film coming out that I'm going to go see in cinema is Deadpool and Wolverine, I believe. So, who knows, if there's anything in between, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos. I got a couple more videos coming out, some more of my discussion videos. I have a top 10 video coming out soon, and I'm continuing my pilot episode reviews. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those awesome videos. Love you all, we're with passion, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.